You are listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast, a podcast by diehard fans for fans. Mark covers all things Penn State football and the Pittsburgh Steelers, as well as anything related to the sports and fitness world. Tune in weekly to listen to a couple of dedicated fans talk about these topics without filters. Thank you for listening to the Mark Lesko Podcast.
What's up, mateys? Welcome to the Mark Lesko Podcast. I'm your host, J-Rod, and this is Pirate Central. So first pitch talk, we're going to bring up the last 31 games of the season. And yes, obviously you want them to make them count. What we have witnessed in this 2025 season, of course, has been met with all types of typical Pirate issues. You know, injuries, playing the wrong player, not having enough talent. The list goes on and on as to why this team is bad or how they lose. But, I mean, there have been a little bright spots here and there. Spencer Horwitz, for the most part, has been a bright spot for the whole season because he's been consistent. He has about a 240, 250 average. I mean, that's nothing to be completely impressed with, but for the Pirates, it actually is. He actually has sustained some good defense over there. He, again, provides enough of a bat that it definitely makes you appreciate that he's there. Triolo naturally has his, second half and or 2 or 3 game or 2 or 3 month resurgence at the end of the year. He doesn't have a whole lot of pop. And yet all of a sudden now he has it. Like in August and September, he just now starts to show up. And that's just not how you win anything because you have to start in at least late May, early June to get things going. And again, you wonder where the competitive nature is through the whole organization. But players like Triolo are just horrible examples as to how you cannot win with players like that or that type of mindset. And of course, that's what I've been saying for a long time. I don't know if the Pirates organization ever cares to be competitive, knowing that Bob Nutting is the owner and what he kind of gives you as, how he handles his business with these players that they bring in. And you just see the end result every year. And it just never seems to live up to what it should be. I mean, this game is not difficult to figure out. It's not. And especially when you have a player like Paul Skeens, and now you have a pitcher like Bubba Chandler, where next year the 2026 rotation could be the most effective and the most impressive bunch that we probably will ever see in our lifetimes as Pirate fans. But you're then having to look elsewhere for the rest of what's going to make up the season for next season. But for the 31 games left, I do want to see guys like Reynolds just stay, stable. I want that guy to be reliable. I know O'Neal Cruz is coming back. I'm assuming he'll be back for this series. If not, then definitely for Boston. The whole injury thing, you can't control those things, and I understand that. That's always a big part of it, too, where guy goes down, he's out for a month or 3, but he comes back, and is it too late? It usually is for the Pirates' this case. But in this regard, you're looking at these last 31 games. I would like to see them go 500. I mean, imagine that, okay? You're currently 57 and 74. If you win the last 16 games of the season with 31 games left, that puts you at a 73 win total. 3 games down from what you have been averaging. And again, it'd be another losing season. I mean, in order for them to have a winning record, they would have to go, I think, 28-3 or something like it. It would just be insane. But yeah, that's not happening. So you have so much on this side, again, with the pitching side, I think that you definitely have something to very much be excited for next year. I mean, for the most part, not completely, but for the most part, Braxton Ashcraft, Mike Burrows, Carm Majinski, guys like that. I mean, no, I know Bubba's going to be in that conversation too, but all three of those guys, they have, for the most part, kept it around their ERAs 4. I think Burrows is 5 or something. Majinski, I think, might be around that. But that's really what you need to see from your young pitching, and they have the MLB experience now, so they can say that they've been battle tested. So you hope that keeps going in that direction. And naturally, the other side of it with the offense, it's these castaways that did not get starting positions any other place. And the Pirates, of course, the biggest surprise has been Tommy Pham. When Tommy Pham was acquired, I remember making the guy has a lifetime batting average of like 260. It's like he always had very good offensive numbers, no matter where he went. I mean, he was with the Diamondbacks, he was with the Cardinals, he was with what other team was he? With Padres, I think. Like, I know he has bounced around the league a couple of places. And he just absolutely came on in June. It was up until that point where everybody knew, he was a bust. And you're 37, it's just you're a relic. But he figured things out. I mean, he had the whole contact problem. He didn't have the right thing, or didn't have the right prescription, or they were just bothering him. And since you fixed that, I mean, been one of the best hitters in baseball. I think he took his average from 200 to 260 or 2 whatever. It's like, good Lord. I mean, and, with the one exception to Ben Sherrington's inability to draft players, Nick Gonzalez has probably been his most effective guy that he has brought in, because his numbers, he's had about a month or 2 less of plate appearances than everyone else who averages, but still his numbers are about 260 to 870. I mean, that's about as good as I can ask for an offensive player for the Pirates. And yeah, he has shown a lot of stability. I very much appreciate what he has brought to the lineup. And, a guy like IKF, I very much loved when I saw what he got. I mean, I think he came to the Pirates with a 295 when we traded for him last year. I know that's kind of went down a little bit. He's never been a power guy, which we need a lot of that. I mean, in the offseason, I really hope that they go and acquire at least 3 or 4 guys with pop. But those 3 or 4 guys with pop will need to have a big paycheck. So, I mean, you're looking at free agency, probably looking to sign a guy. If you're doing the 1-year deal like they always do, they probably should look in the neighborhood of, I want to say 15, 20 million for the 1 year. I really don't care if they want to be cheap. It's at this point now where they have to, at least for this particular upcoming season, just be out of the norm. Like, go 20, 25 million over payroll this year. Whatever your average is, 80, 85, you may have to hit 100 million just for this season to see if you can actually get something. And again, like I said, in 2027, I mean, it just seems like it's a done deal that they're going to go into a lockout. I mean, MLB and everybody, between the potential realignment and also this, strike, and the MLBPA's up deal with MLB is going to be up. There just seems like it's going to be a butt clash with the whole headings bashing with for the salary cap to hopefully be put in and implemented into the system. But, there's a lot of things that are going to go down in the next couple of years. So I just know that next year is going to probably be the best, if not the only chance for them to actually be competitive, go into the playoffs. Again, I know it's been a decade, but we've seen it. I mean, I can honestly say in my lifetime, I've seen the Pittsburgh Pirates organization know how to put together a team well enough to make the playoffs. Now, how far can they go? That's up to them. But yeah, there's no reason to use the last 31 games of this season to solidify the positions you already know you're going to have. I mean, I want to say Andrew's going to come back for 1 more year. So he'll be our DH. Sorry, guys. And Brian Reynolds is definitely going to be your left fielder or DH if Andrew doesn't want to play. Then you have, IKF, I'd like to think, has a chance to come back next year. I'd like to think, and of course, Nick Gonzalez. So, and if that's where it is, you're looking at them having shortstop and second base secured. Maybe Spencer Horowitz could actually be extended too, get another contract. Who knows? But that's maybe the potential first base. And as far as catcher is concerned, Henry Davis, it's definitely I think this will probably determine how they're going to handle that. These last 31 games, it's like, just play him the rest of the season. See what he can do. If his batting average goes up to 200, I'd say keep him. Give him another year to have a chance and keep him at that position. Keep him next year. Maybe you have to unload Joey Bart. Maybe, this Flores has to be your bat. I don't really know what the story will be, but it just seems like Henry Davis needs to be that guy. So what are you looking at? You're potentially trying to find your replacement at third base and or shortstop. Again, it depends on what IKF does. And I know Jared Triolo knows how to play third base, but it's like, I don't know if his bat is going to be good enough. If he can get that batting average up to 230 or 240 by the end of the year, that's the thing. It's his last 2 months surge, though. I can't really base it off of that. I hate that I don't want to trust anybody, but it's just, you cannot expect a guy to be able to get this position just because he has a couple of good months. No, he has to show that at least half a season or a little more than half a season, and he has yet to do that. So I personally would move off of Triolo, despite his Gold Glove, defense, but they just need to start finding some offense, and that just doesn't seem like it's coming from that. So realistically, it seems like you have to fill in right field, third base, and a couple of bench spots. So if you can, in the offseason, with this wrapping up of the season, if you can, in the offseason, come up with 3 or 4 guys at those positions that have some pop in their bat that can give you 15 home runs, maybe 20 a season. Goodness gracious, can we have that? I would love to have a lineup where half of the guys have the potential to hit 15, 20 home runs between all of them. That just seems like if we could get that, we would definitely have a 500 or better record as of right now. Seeing the stats that I saw, again, ending with this first pitch conversation, the Pirates have 16 shutouts this season. That is the most in baseball, and you have 57 wins. I cannot begin to understand how that is possible, because again, you only have after that 39 wins. If you eliminate 41. Yeah, 16. Yeah, it's 57 wins they have, and of them, 16 of that are shutouts, and 41 wins after that. I really would love to know what their record is when they have lost by a run or two or whatever the case would be, or how many runs they give. If they give up more than this, what would the record be then? It just shows you how great one side of the field was and how atrocious the other side was. It's abysmal to know that you can have, abysmally bad to know that you can have one side be so good and the other not. And they just show nothing to make it better. It's unbelievable. So that's my 2 cents on the first pitch to see what's going to happen at the rest of the season. I just want them to make it count. Again, I'm asking for 500, 16, 15. That's really what it is. If you can be better, of course, that would be the more important question, but it would just right then still, there'd be 73 wins, maybe a little more, right around where you were a year ago. So next year, God almighty, if you could just shoot for 82 or better, that would really be something you need to think about. So that is what that is. So let's move on to the 7th inning stretch, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming road games with St. Louis and Boston. The Cardinals, they're struggling immensely this year. I know they have a losing record. They have not had a lot of success in the starting pitching conversation. They have some pop in their bats, but yeah, their pitching is just so bad. So if we can silence them with guys like, I don't know. I mean, you're going to see everybody but Skeen. So, I mean, that's a break for them. And Keller's second half issues, I just don't know how to really paint this other than how it's just amazing how you look good from this to July, and then from August on, it's awful. I mean, I cannot believe this, like, tale of two, like, halves where you watched him do something great at this point and then the next not. It's unbelievable. I mean, Keller has shown these last 3 seasons that he just is not a good second half pitcher, which I think is actually the reason why a lot of teams didn't probably try to trade for him, because they already know that what they're going to get is not what he does in the first half. So it's tough. So in the end, could they split this series? It's a 4-game series in St. Louis. Yes, I think they could split this series, but probably, I mean, 3 out of 4 is like your best bet. I do not see them sweeping the Cardinals, regardless of how inconsistent they can be. I just say at best we're going to sweep this series. And then against Boston, if we have to face the Crochet, I think that's how you say his name. If we have to face guys like that in their rotation, yeah, I'm not looking forward to the Boston series, because they're kind of on a hot streak. They took care of the Yankees this last week. They definitely have a lot of pop. I said at the beginning of the season, with everything they acquired at that point, I thought Boston was going to be a huge improvement. And right now, I think they're second place in the AL East. So they are definitely a team to watch out for. They could get pretty noisy by the time the playoffs get here. So I just, again, at this point, but they will be seeing Skeens. They will be seeing, dude, if we were to see Crochet versus Skeens, that would be an epic encounter and matchup. That'd be so cool. But the overall series, yeah, I think we'd be lucky if we get 1 win out of that. I mean, I'm not saying we're going to get swept, but we certainly, our best bet, I think, is going to go to 1 out of 3. So there you have that. So that's a 3-4 record. It's, it's what it is. It's what the Pittsburgh Pirates give you. And I don't know, like with, again, the last 31 games, do you go all out? Do you actually start using your players effectively? Does O'Neal Cruz just surge back to what he could be when he gets back at that point? Who knows? We're definitely going to see what these guys are capable of. And right now they're showing me that's what they'll do. So that's your upcoming series for the St. Louis and Boston. And I'll end it with my closer with seeing, again, the positives that you have are basically all through pitching. That's really what it's all about. When you look at the minor league system, it seems like we have a dozen pitchers that could easily be promoted from AA to AAA and AAA to the majors. And then you look at the other side, Connor Griffin just got promoted to AA, and he, I think, has around a 300 batting average still. I mean, for these first couple of games, it's encouraging to know that he's still sticking with it once he gets to AA. That's always the real test. Once you go from single A to AA as a young player, it goes from night to day with the competition, and he's still producing. So it's nice to see that. But I think he has struggled here and there. But yeah, you expect that from a 19-year-old who just got called up to the AA. I know that it's going to be a long road for him. Would we love to see him by next year, of course, but I doubt he'll be here until 2028. It's just the inevitable. Again, with the lockout happening, I know it's coming. And then 2028, when the seasons reopen, I'd like to think that he has a chance to make the opening day roster by 2028. So it will be a couple of years before that comes in. And then guys like Tamar Johnson, I haven't heard a whole lot from. But you see the other players down in the AAA, like, again, the Billy Cooks and the Nick Yorks, even a guy like G1 Bay who has had MLB experience. I don't know. There's a lot of questions coming as opposed to answers. With, you look at like what's out there for the free agency next this offseason. We'll see the whole list, and I'll go break down that as much as possible. But the whole offensive thing is just where it has been a struggle for the last several years. They just don't have any bats. They can't hit. And yeah, it's definitely something they need to address, obviously. And they just have to do everything they can to make 2026 like the most important year that they have ever gone through as an organization. Now, is Ben Cherington going to be gone? It should be, all signs point to it. And whoever the new GM is, just please make good moves and just try to make the team better, right? No, Bob Nutting will never give you enough money to do it, but be creative, try to be competitive, whoever it will be. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. I always enjoy doing this. And until next time, let's go Bucks.